For those of you who played sports in high school, did you ever know someone who talked a big game about their ability to play on the field but couldn't back it up? We, in my youth, affectionately called those kids gym class heroes. They were always the kids who talked the most smack talk, boasted about their abilities, and wouldn't pass the ball on the basketball court. But in the end, they almost always would miss the last shot. They drove us nuts. Now, compare that player to another kid who's more reserved, more quiet, and doesn't say much. But the minute you put a bat in his hands or ask him to shoot from the three-point line, all of a sudden, he's another person. A mini Ted Williams or Larry Bird. Unlike the gym class hero, this kid doesn't need to overcompensate with his words. He lets his game speak for himself. As we continue reading from the book of 1 Corinthians today, Paul is dealing with some Christians in Corinth who were driving him crazy because they talked a big talk about how spiritual they were, but their character, the way they lived, didn't back it up. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 20, Paul says, "For the kingdom of God is not a matter of talk, but of power." In the immediate context of this passage, Paul is reprimanding the Corinthian Christians for thinking that their status in the church, their knowledge and their theological education, or their spiritual gifts were somehow a metric of how good they were at being Christians. They're boasting about their knowledge and boasting about their skills, but not taking into account where the real power of the gospel comes from. Love. They're talking a big talk, but they're not letting their game, the way they actually follow Jesus and imitate his teachings in the way they live, speak for itself. The real power of the gospel and the true evidence of inward spiritual change comes not from what you know or how loud you speak, but the way you love, and even love your enemies. That's what true spiritual maturity looks like. In Paul's own words, if I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Talk is cheap, brothers and sisters. Let your spiritual game speak for itself.